Hello guys, Chaostalk and his big nose. Hail you, and today I would like to welcome you at my in-depth analysis and thoughts and predictions of the Warbringer Sylvanas. Before I get into that, I must set up the way the story is prepared and told right now. Because it's not that Sylvanas just all of a sudden attacked the Dark Shore and then her brain snaps, and in the moment of rage she just screamed, "Burn it!" Yeah, because this seems what many people think right now. Okay, so without any further ado, let's get into that. The story of Darkshore, the whole motivation of Darkshore, is to strike on the Alliance before Alliance can strike back. Why? Because no matter what, the war between the Horde and the Alliance will return. It will return, and don't look at me like that. Every time it returned, like after Warcraft 3, yeah, all was good. All seemed alright. Everyone was happy. They basically had a happy ending. But how starts World of Warcraft?
4 years have passed since the mortal races banded together and stood united against the might of the Burning Legion. Though Azeroth was saved, the tenuous pact between the Horde and the Alliance has all but evaporated. The drums of war thunder once again.
That's right. 4 years have passed since the mortal races united against the might of the Burning Legion after the spark of war renewed. The war between the Horde and the Alliance is eternal. By striking first, Sylvanas made sure she will have the moment of surprise. And the moment of surprise included her destroying the Night Elves. Completely, utterly, not destroying them, like physically killing them. She wanted to break them, to break their spirit, to kill their hope. And that's where the problem begins. You can see here.
Secure the beach. Prepare to invade the tree.
Secure the beach, prepare to invade the tree. That was still the point at the start of this shot. Her point was to take the fucking tree. She still wants to take the tree. Yeah? Like, what snapped in her mind was here. You can kill us, but you cannot kill hope. You can't kill us, but you cannot kill hope. In this moment, you can see this face. This is not an angry face or something, but this is a thinking face. Like, she is now considering her plan, and she realized one thing: killing Night Elves and even killing Malfurion will not work, because Malfurion is only one of the two symbols of hope the Night Elves have: Malfurion and Teldrassil. Teldrassil arose as the symbol of hope for Night Elves. The whole point of Teldrassil was to return them immortality, and immortality was their hope. That's what Steghelm hoped for. Eventually, of course, Teldrassil became a symbol of fear because of the nightmare, and then it became once more a symbol of hope once Malfurion cleansed it. But it's still the symbol of hope. In this moment, Sylvanas realizes that in order to kill the hope, she must burn the tree. Yeah, you could see she glanced to the tree, and then she glanced back to Delarin. That is what really snapped her. Then she just turns to Delarin's face to watch the tree. Like, just, well, you say I cannot kill hope. Watch now, bitch. That's what this scene is about. It's sort of personal revenge to her, exactly, because she kinda stood there like Sylvanas against Arthas. But I will get to that later. Like, she turned her face like, take a look. And then she steps up with a completely cold face. This is not a raging face or something. I see people still screaming about, but Sylvanas is evil. She's angry, tantruming child. No, fuck, she is not. This face is still a cold one.
Burn it.
She said, burn it. You can see behind her, everyone is ignoring her. You see Nathanos probably being like, oh, she's just joking. And Sourfang with this red eye there. What the fuck? I really have the talent to stop videos. And Sourfang is there like, whatever, I don't give a fuck, Malfurion lives, she doesn't know that, I am safe. Yeah, and there, like, she glances over them. It's like, why the fuck are they ignoring me? And so she turns around, and that gets Nathanos' attention. And then she screams at him that she is serious. She means it, that she is not joking, she's not thinking. Burning of the tree was a result of that short thought process that happened there. And boom, the emotions are lighting up. Just like, fuck. But let's count the shots from demolishers. Because this is one of the interesting things that bugs me in this short. Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the tree is on fire. Yeah. 8 shots from demolishers. Only 8 shots from demolishers. Was the tree always this crappy? I wonder. Another thing that's kinda weird about this is how the fuck could the demolishers reach that? It was out of their range. Like, when you are trying to fly from Darkshore to Yggdrasil, it takes like 5 minutes, more or less. You almost die from fatigue. Hey, Blizzard. Hey? That means like that Garrosh didn't even have to prepare the mana bomb shit and could just bombard Terramore from Orgrimmar and he wouldn't even do a shit. Like, really? This is it? Like, the monsters of Ultra Mega range? But whatever. That's just one of the small things in the cinematic that kinda doesn't make sense, otherwise it makes complete sense. Now let me touch the community opinion about this. Because I still see people screaming like, what will the Tauren say about this? And what will the Blood Elves say about this? And what will the Nightborn say about this? Let's start with Nightborn. Nightborn will be okay. Why? Don't forget why they joined the Horde, because Tyrande would rather crucify or burn them than to let them join the Alliance. So yeah, they just got what they deserve. Blood Elves don't give a fuck about Night Elves. They basically hate them because, well, they are in the Alliance. The Horde exists because of the Alliance, and Lord Emarteron is one of the guys who would simply burn the tree as well. Now, when it comes to Taurens, we must make a distinction. High Mountain Taurens and normal Taurens, in quotes. Because the High Mountain Taurens will probably not give a fuck. They joined the Horde, and they are bloodthirsty bastards. Look, for example, on Lassan Skyhorde. He calls for blood, and when we do the Harpy World quest in High Mountain, he's like, oh, that was bloodier than I would have done. I like this. A few thousands of deaths. Night Elves, they will not care. But the non-High Mountain Taurens, especially Bane, will step up against it. But they will not stop as Sourfang, like joining the Alliance, be the boy in blue because they are the good, they are the honorable. No, Bane will do what he did with Garrosh. He will stand as inner opposition, as the voice of another opinion, let's say, and he will try to reason with Sylvanas. Let's not forget that Sylvanas is not Garrosh 2.0, because Garrosh was silencing his opposition instead of listening to it. But Sylvanas still listens to them. If Bane comes out with something he is against, he can speak freely. And then Sylvanas will decide if she will fuck him off or use the advice he gave her or his opinion into her advantage. So yeah, Bane will stand against her, definitely, as an internal opposition, and maybe this will lead to her being a better leader. Now let me talk about what Blizzard has done with this cinematic. They managed to do what basically they promised. Because don't forget that Ian Hazzikostas, when he was talking about the burning of trees, said people will don't know what to think. They will not understand. And people do not understand. I hope I am one of those that do understand. Because otherwise, whenever I try to argue about this with anyone, they are just like, it's lazy writing, it's bad writing, she is evil, deal with it, stop defending this bullshit. I'm not defending anything. This act was black as my humor. It's morally unjustifiable. But the whole story makes sense. It's logical. The decision to burn the tree is logical as well. This phase is the thinking phase. Say what you want, this is the thinking phase where she thinks about what the Laden said to her. And that is what is important. She reconsidered her plan and burned the tree. And people seem to forget about that. Like, they just focus on the wall, burn it, and scream that she yelled the order because they were ignoring her. And I think that Blizzard has done very well with this. First of all, they will make a shit out of money on faction changes. Because that's what people will do. Like, really, I have encountered about 6 or 7 people who have already faction changed after they saw the cinematic, because they are done with the Horde, they are done with the Sylvanas. They want to be the heroes and not the Warbringers, logically. I just can't wait for Jaina to lose her shit. But yeah, Blizzard has done fucking well. And now the last thing I want to touch, and that's the hidden Arthas' presence in not only Sylvanas' shot, but also in Jaina's shot. Because you could see in Jaina's shot, like, the raising of the ship was like when Arthas raised Sindragosa. Now the whole Darkshore campaign strongly reminds me of the Quartalas campaign that Arthas did. When he just like went around, and Delarin, even her models, resembles a Sylvanas in me. Yeah, like when you take a look on her face, where is her face? Here is her face. Yeah, like how she looks now, and then like Sylvanas, which is like here, you can see some resemblance to it. Yeah, and I think that the both stories of Sylvanas and Jaina will go in a way where they will be both like artists. And then they will realize that they are fucking up, and that's where the true redemption will come. That's where these two will redeem themselves, and that's what will happen in Battle for Azeroth. Sylvanas and Jaina will start as bad guys, and then they will just redeem. Redemption all over the place. Because this border reset is important for Warcraft to go next, to continue, because it has always been about the war, and I also see many people talking about how we have fought before for so many long years, and fuck, guys, if you mean that we have fought together, like we have been together in peace in Pandaria, no, we were not. In Warlords of Draenor we had ceasefire and a common enemy. In Legion, it was completely fucked up by Varian's death, because Alliance is blaming Sylvanas for Varian's death. And the war would happen anyway. Sooner or later, Gen would just pick up arms and went after Sylvanas. The first shot is fucking understandable. She had a moment of surprise. It's logical. It makes sense. At least to me. And for the record, I am not an apologist of Sylvanas. What she did was that burning of the tree with all those innocent people there. It's morally black. It's really black as my humor. Terrible. What I am defending is Blizzard. Because when you watch the cinematic many times, give it a time, and stop fucking raging, just give it a thought, then you can see that it makes sense, and it opens a room for so many stories now. Because if it was a third party who burned the tree, let's say Ashara, come on, there would be no fucking point in Battle for Azeroth, because we would have a third party to unite against, and the story would be way too predictable. Even more than this whole shot is predictable, because we would have a third party to fight. and we would have to unite. But now, when Sylvanas is pointed as a bad guy, and we will have Ashara in the mix, and the Old God presence, and hopefully also some of the Alliance drama and bad shit happening there, we really cannot much predict what will happen. And Blizzard will definitely not go Sylvanas. Like, the shit show that is happening right now, I'm afraid that would kill Warcraft. Like, player base wise. Many people would lose faith in Blizzard, and that would be bad. I think that they will go with the redemption story arc, as I've said many times, and they will fucking nail it. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, let's end the video. If you have liked this video, my in-depth analysis and my thoughts about the Warbringer Sylvanas, then give this video a like. If you dislike this, give it a dislike. Use the comment section down below to tell me what you think about the shot and tell me how broke I am, how I don't understand, how I'm a spineless apologist, and how I'm a bad person in my life, and that I'm actually worse than Hitler, because Sylvanas is worse than Hitler, and I like Sylvanas, so then I'm worse than Hitler as well. Okay? Of course, then, if you have liked this so much that you would like to see my other, my new reactions, my new thoughts, my new analysis, and possibly even some class guides and speculations, then feel free to subscribe to this channel and hit the fucking notification bell, okay? And with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching, and I will see you sometime in the future. Bye bye!